We're living in an era of information overload. The more we read, hear, and see, the less we process and remember. Don't you just wish there was a way to remove the clutter and get to the really good stuff? Well, we believe here we do that for you. From the bizarre to the amazing and often unbelievable, we bring you the facts you love to hear. So let's get to it. Number 20. You could be one of the people with no inner monologue. You know that voice in your head that goes through your thoughts and emotions? No? Well, as it turns out, not everyone has internal monologue. During 2020, a lot of people were astonished to learn that some people don't have an internal monologue, while those who didn't have it were surprised to learn that other people actually do. These people simply have quiet, tranquil minds for the biggest part of their days. When asked if they ever get songs stuck in their head, one said yes. It's probably the closest they get to having one. And while they may not hear an internal voice, they still read in their heads. Number 19. Most of us choose dogs over love. Dogs have long been acknowledged to be man's best friend. But Americans are rapidly taking that to a new level. According to a Rover.com study conducted over 3 years, published in 2017, 54% of dog owners will end a relationship if their dog doesn't like their partner. According to the report, 94% of dog owners see and treat their dogs as a member of their family, and 78% include their canine during significant family moments. Given that 1/4 of people bring their furry companions on first dates, it might be a good idea to get dog treats instead of flowers the next time you go on a first date. Number 18. The moon has moonquakes, and we're causing some of them. When we went to the moon, we didn't just leave a flag and footprint behind. We actually left a couple of hundred bags of poop and urine. Forget about it. The Apollo astronaut left seismometers meant to record thermal data on the moon's surface. The equipment soon confirmed that the moon, just like the Earth, experiences earthquakes, experiences moonquakes. In fact, scientists confirmed that there are 4 types of moonquakes: shallow, deep, thermal, and those caused by meteorite impacts. But more recently, researchers made an exciting discovery. Some of the thermal earthquake data gathered by Apollo 17 mission instrumentation confirmed that the moon also experienced a 5th and unexpected type of moonquake. Quakes coming from the Apollo 17 lunar lander base itself. This new phenomenon is not caused by the moon, but it adds to our seismic knowledge of the celestial body, which is crucial for future lunar exploration. Number 17. The Pledge of Allegiance started out as a pure sun. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation. How many times as a child did you stand and say those words? While it may feel that the Pledge of Allegiance has been around forever, it was actually only written in 1892 by Francis Bellamy as a part of a competition to increase the sales of the weekly children's magazine, Youth Companion. While today's pledge is very close to Bellamy's original version, it has gone through a few significant changes throughout the years. Notably, the phrase "under God" wasn't introduced until 1954. 16. You lose 30% of your ability to taste while flying. That could be why airplane food has such a terrible reputation. What's the deal with airplane food? Well, the elevation of an aircraft can have a negative impact on how well we're able to taste things. In a 2010 research project carried out by Germany's Fraunhofer Institute of Building Physics, The lack of moisture at high elevations as well as low pressure decreases a person's taste bud sensitivity to sweet and salty foods by roughly 30%. Add to that the fact that dry cabin air impairs our ability to smell and our ability to taste is reduced even further. Number 15. A sneeze at 60 miles per hour closes your eyes for almost 50 feet. You may or may not have heard this before, but it sounds weird. When you sneeze, your eyes close for a brief instant. However, if you sneeze while driving at 60 miles an hour, your eyes will be closed for approximately 50 feet. According to one 2040 study, drivers who temporarily lose vision due to sneezing cause 2,500 accidents in England every week. Yeah, every week. Now, what are those in the US where we have more landmass and significantly more cars on the roads? According to one earlier study, more than 2 million drivers have crashed while driving simply because they sneeze. This suggests that 7% of adults have been involved in a car accident due to sneezing. Number 14. You've been eating bug poop and enjoying it. And we're really sorry to have to do this to you, but it's time you know the truth. Shellac is an ingredient in candy, as all things sweet, that most people like to refer to as confectioner's glaze. That's because it gives all candies and sweets like jelly beans and candy corn its beautiful hard and shiny coating. But whatever you prefer to call it, shellac, which we've also used as a wood finish and brush on colorants, is extracted from the secretions left by the female Coriolanca insects. Yes, bug poop. I bet those jelly beans have just lost a lot of their flavor. Number 13. Woolly mammoths were still alive in Russia when the pyramids were being built. I know most of us picture the end of the last ice age about 10,000 years ago when we think of woolly mammoths. Majestic ancient hairy creatures who run the earth long before we came onto the scene. However, these massive beasts were actually still around when the Great Pyramid of Giza was being built between 2580 and 2560 BCE. According to the BBC, the last woolly mammoths vanished from Wrangel Island in Russia's Arctic Ocean territory a mere 4,000 years ago. Number 12. Laughter as a defense mechanism. There's a reason it's practically impossible not to chuckle when someone tickles you, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the situation being hilarious. Instead, your body is most likely using natural defense mechanism. Scientists from Germany's University of Tübingen discovered that when we're tickled, the portion of the brain that expects pain is activated. Because our brain believes we're in danger, we may strike at whoever is tickling us or laugh, which is an act of submission. Number 11. Our bodies glow, literally. Men, for years you've had to listen to women complimenting each other on that beautiful pregnancy glow, and while a pregnant woman does experience numerous hormonal shifts that lead to brighter skin, we don't have to feel left out anymore. A couple of years ago, it was discovered that we all glow, literally. While it may be hard to see with the naked eye, the human body emits a modest amount of visible light. Visible in the scientific sense, the illumination is around 1,000 times less intense than the level of light that we would really be able to see. Researchers in Japan employed special camera to track this glow and discovered that it fluctuates throughout the day, with the body generating the least amount of light around 10 a.m. and the most around 4 p.m. A rhythm the scientists attribute to changes in our metabolisms.